Hello, probable traders. This is Scott Hodson, probabletrades.com, and today's August 8th, 2017. And I haven't communicated with you guys in a while. I've been busy enjoying the summer with my family. I hope you guys are too. And I wanted to get back on track with things. And first of all, since it's August now, I haven't done a video since the end of July. I want to just go over the results for July. And this is our first losing month in, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost a year, 10 months since we had a losing month. So, it happens. It's part of trading. And we're already off to a good start for August. So here's the trades I've done in August. So we're just going to keep following the probabilities, and over the long run, we'll put the law of large numbers in our favor and keep following the probabilities that are before us, and we'll come out ahead. So as far as August goes, first thing I do when we have a new month is I go to the almanac and I look at the seasonality. And mainly what I look at is just the month. What are the signals for, in this case, the month of August, which is this one right here for longs and for shorts here. And then what I do is I compare them to the overall performance of all trades, regardless of any month. So, for example, first of all, what I do is I set the liquidity to 100 million because I don't trade anything less than $100 million of liquidity. And what that does, the performance is better on higher, more liquid instruments, you'll find. So when you do that, you do cut out the number of trades, but I get plenty of trades even at the 100 million level. So that's one tip there for you. And then I check 10 years of history, and at the S&P 500, most of the stocks I trade are probably already in the S&P 500 or one of the indexes, or they're ETFs. Some of them aren't ETFs or not in any of the indexes, but I just usually stick with the S&P 500. That covers most of what I trade. And then I select the strategy, and then I hit load. And you can see here for August, so for 10 years of history, we've had 7,820 trades. 61% of those were winning trades. And the profit factor, which is a really important number to me, is 1.61. That means for every $100 I have to endure of losses, I will make $161. In other words, so that's what basically the profit factor means. So anything over 1 is profitable, anything less than 1 is not profitable. So the signals in August for PBO1, the longs at least, have a profit factor of 1.08, and the win rate goes down to 52.93%. So what that tells me is that of all the months, all this trades that happened in all the other months of the year, August brought this number down to 1.61. And so August just is not a great month for long PBO1 trades. Okay, so what I can do with that, so then I look at, say, well, do I just not want to take any longs at all? Or maybe I do take longs since overall it's 1.61, and maybe this August will be different. It always will be. Maybe it'll be better than 1.08. Maybe it'll be worse. I don't know. But so maybe I don't take any longs on PBO1 for August, or maybe I just take. If I do, I'm more selective. Or if I do, I buy fewer shares. So I take a smaller position. 0 shares is a position. So in other words, if you don't take the signals, you're basically deciding to not. Anyway, it's a position. But it's 0, so I guess it's not. Anyway, so I'm a little leery about taking longs on the PBO1 for August. And then on the short side, however, we see here that overall the shorts are 1.31, but in August they go up to 1.52. So I'm looking to be a little more aggressive on the short side with the PBO1s in August. And then if I go to the LP system, you can see we get a lot fewer trades, only 1,400 trades, but our win rate goes way up to 74%, and our profit factor goes way up to 2.54, which is really juicy. And however, our long signals in August Ugh, really bad. 079. That's a money loser. But on the short side, overall 1.62, not as good as the long side. But in August, 6.91, 80% winners. So again, we see bias, a tendency to be biased to the short side in August. And so what I've added a new feature to the site called Almanac Notes, because the reason I did this is, and this I need to correct because I don't know why I read the numbers wrong when I did this earlier. No longs, strongly bearish. No longs, strongly bearish. Strongly bearish. Anyway, what you can do is you can write notes here because it takes a little while to kind of go through all these and kind of decide what your outlook for the month is. And I hate to have to revisit that and research that every day. So I just put a little note here of kind of my analysis of what my outlook for the month is in terms of seasonality. You'll notice I made some notes on ETFs. So what we can do is turn this off and then look at the ETFs for August. And we don't get a lot of trades, only 219 ETF trades. But on the long side, you can see overall huge advantages, 87.21%, 7.38 profit factor. On the long side, it's still 3.11. It's less than the total, but it's 3.01. That's really good. Now, we're only talking about 13 trades, so it's hard to get too excited about such a small sample size. But that's something to think about on the ETF side. And then on the short side, 1.15, not really interested in that. So I'm going to be on the LPs. I have the LP here. I'm going to be bullish on ETF LPs and not bearish. I had that one right. And on the PBs, I think it's about the same thing. So on the PBs, we have, it's 057 on the long side, not interested in that, and 029 on the short side. So really, I don't want to do any PBs that are ETFs. So again, I misanalyzed it right. Just say none, no PB ETFs. So this little notepad kind of reminds me of what. Anyway, I always look at the almanac before I pick my trades in the day. Just kind of remember my outlook and what I should be doing, what direction, what if I should be taking buys or sells this month. Now, with that in mind, I go in and create my trade plan. And here's the trade plan I had for today. Today, I had these 6 exits, and most of them were just timeouts. After on the PB01 trade, after 5 days or 5 trading days, which is a week. After a week, if we don't hit our target, we just get out and we call what's a time stop. And I've talked about those before, but the reason we do that is because sometimes what I found is, and this makes a little less money, but I cut my drawdowns quite a bit by doing this, where if the trade just has not gone in my direction yet, and it's kind of just floating, wandering around, doing nothing, after a while, it makes no sense to stay in it. So I just get out. And that's helped. The research has shown that it helps a lot cutting drawdowns, big drawdowns. You do make a little bit less money, but you preserve a lot of your mental capital, which is important. I did have a few winners, one in Teradyne and Athena Health. And then today, I had one entry just shorted Walgreens. So that was my trading for today. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at probabletrades.com. Check out the website, our Twitter feed, and I will see you soon with another update. Happy trading.